welcome to the podcast, Editing with my wife. I am Hooded, the Hooded Philosopher, and this is my wife, Cheesy Loops.
Hello.
All right, welcome to the only podcast that it takes the... I messed this up. The only podcast where the acronym takes longer to say than the name. All that effort just... I'm not gonna edit it. So we're gonna do a quick recap. Just quick recap. Do you think you want to say those? Can you get the idea here?
Yeah, I can do it. Are we doing the full page?
Both those little segments down there.
Okay.
So this is chapter 1, this is chapter 2, and we'll keep doing it. So it'll get longer and longer as we go. So expect a bigger recap at the end of the story. Or maybe that last one is the final recap.
Or we just recap the previous
maybe that's the case
chapter
too.
And the chapter before that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So at the end of chapter 1...
So you'll hear this one next time and then with something new.
The end of chapter 1, the girl's mom comes back evil. Dad tries to stop Izzi, but he lost her with no clue where she went, with the help of a button on a cube.
That she got from a dream.
Chapter 2 opened with... Izzi finding herself in a strange place, opening up a brook, finding out what she needed to do to help, got help from Renner that she pulled, they pulled some levers, and got away from the little slimes in living metal.
Big scary living metal.
And
little slimes and big scary living metal.
This is where the pan-cultural, ultra-dimensional communication apparatus comes in. And where is Zig now?
That's where we're going to get to. And we're going to read it a little differently this time. So hopefully this works. And let us know what you thought about the music if you listened to the last episode. I liked it myself. Did you like it?
It was a fun addition. It's not...
Made it a little juicier in moments, but nothing kind of overwhelming ever.
Yeah. Very much so.
All right. So, I forgot to start the recording. That's fine, because there's an intro scene that'll take the place of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And regardless.
All right.
So, I guess we should explain. She's going to read everything, but when a guy speaks, it's going to be me. So that way it kind of gives her a chance to not speak for a second, maybe get a drink while I'm saying something, and you don't have to hear my horrible, gravelly voice. Squeaky, gravelly voice.
Also, there's some bits in here that I wouldn't get the full understanding of vocally that you would.
Yeah, because you're not a guy, and so you don't know where the tone would go.
Well, Zig's intention.
Or Zig's intention, yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're going to see here very quickly, right?
Yeah, very much so. All right, chapter 3.
And I think I need to make one quick edit. Just right off the bat, real quick. It's a new...
He already saw words he needed to fix.
Yeah, well, there's millions of them in here.
There's millions.
There's like 70 Hannahs I don't have correctly because they're missing an H. Which the H is required.
Or triple N's.
Or 3 N's. I can do that, yeah. All right.
Chapter 3. Renner and Izzi walked languidly back towards the tree in the box. Discussed the insanity that they each independently saw. Okay, hold on. Languid.
Is this our word of the day? Maybe because we were debating on a segment for word of the day. Maybe the word of the day needs to be spontaneous, and it needs to be one we get hung up on. And languidly is a very big word with a lot of funny sounds. But
languidly, it's kind of like...
Do you know what it means?
Can I tell you the definition of languidly? No.
So my thinking is we Google it. And I have a Google right here, so I will
Google
type in...
But I'm going to tell you what I feel like it's saying. And then we go from there. Languidly, so slowly with some tiredness in it. What am I thinking? There's words I'm thinking, and I don't know what I'm thinking.
You're right. You're one piece away because the first two are slowly and with little energy. But there's one more part, and that is it's cool.
It's cool,
and often in an attractive way.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I'm trying to get across. They don't look harried. They look like they're having fun and exploring a new world.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Yeah. And that's what the Google AI says, the generative AI, in case you're curious.
You throw that
And
away.
they gave the example, she lounged languidly by the swimming pool.
So she has very little energy, but
Yeah.
she feels good. She's
Yeah.
kind of glowy.
And it's attractive, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And Renner is been compared to Adonis, and Izzi is a handsome she-devil.
Handsome she-devil.
I don't know, that was not true. That was a strange one. Anyway.
Alright, so Renner and Izzi walked
Word of the day!
languidly back towards the tree in the box, discussing the insanity that they each, independently, saw. As they approached this time, there was a being that seemed to be standing in it, looking out to them and waving. The shock of the sight made the pair move a little faster. Then before they even knew it, they were staring at Zig, a holographic version of him. The tree branches bent together to allow the blumens condensing in some areas, causing a hologram to appear. As for the hologram, it looked like a man, but as if it were the top picture in a series of strange alien forms. As for the hologram, it looked like a man, but as if it were the top picture in a series of strange alien forms. Okay, so explain this, because I can't.
It's fair. It's a hard concept I'm trying to put out there, but it's like you see 70 different people all at once when you're looking at them, and they all kind of look vaguely humanoid, alien, strange, and they eventually, over time, will merge into something that is human. So that because he's trying to figure out what he looks like for them. Because he sees them now and he can start to put himself together in a form that they would recognize.
I think we could figure out some wording for that a little better, but I'm not
Do you
sure
want to do that real quick? Because it would help when we get into the next line. So you could say it again and I can just say the next line.
Okay.
Okay.
So
it says...
It looked like...
As for the hologram...
Multiple images.
What if I said
men?
it was... Oh man, that was not typed at all. Oh my goodness. It was a man, but as if it were the top picture. The top, I'm missing a word, translucent. See-through. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's a hologram, it's not all there, and it's not visibly all there because it's all that bioluminescence kind of coalesced. So it's like there's a fog there instead of a person. And inside that fog, it's like they're rippling. Yeah. So that's what it is.
So, in my head, what I'm picturing after you described it was that there is an image of a humanoid-looking thing. There's an image of a humanoid-looking thing, but... It's like there's a tall person and a shorter person and an average sized person.
Thank you, Google.
And a little bigger and a little smaller. Like he's trying to. Like,
yes, you get it. He's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to look like for them from what they look like.
Right.
Which is a complicated thing to do when you've never seen the race before.
Mm-hmm. So. As for the bioluminescent form. So what if we put here, like, something to the effect of...
As for the bioluminescent form, it was that of a man.
That of a man, but unsure as to whether it was tall or short.
Yeah.
You know, unsure of its... Yeah. I think that would help a little bit get that image across that you want.
All right, you're welcome for that pause and breath of a break. We didn't need to speak. I could just click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
Sorry. There's a doggo park, and I like the little doggos.
That is always important to look at doggos. In fact, if you have a chance right now, go look at a doggo. They're awesome.
Doggos are awesome.
Humanoid. Oh my goodness. There we go. No ID. What am I doing wrong here?
Humanoid. Not humanoid.
Yeah.
As for the bioluminescent form, it was that of a man whose mist bends to form the image of several humanoid forms all at once. I still like the unsure of what it was supposed to look like.
Oh, no. Okay, because it can... Because it's right here. I see. That's what I did wrong.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
What?
Took the form of... The mist bend to form the image of several humanoid forms all at once, as if unsure of what to look like.
Oh, I guess it's be another sentence, can't it?
Yeah. Clack, clack, clack.
All right. Clack. At least you guys can now see it when it comes up. You'll see the words change. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to. I have to time it. I'll have to find the timing in there. It shouldn't be hard. You'll hear the clack, 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 and I'll see the words change. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So let me reread that. The tree branches bent together to allow the blue mist condensing in some areas, causing a hologram to appear.
1 sec. Let's fix it before we continue.
Clack, clack, clack. Clackety clack. The tree branches bent together to allow the blue mist to condense in some areas, causing a hologram to appear. There needs to be a comma there. Between areas and causing. As for the bioluminescent form, it was that of a man whose mists bend to form the image of several humanoid forms all at once, as if unsure what to look like.
Hello, humans.
He said it like it was the first time speaking English.
I am grateful.
It concluded in a semi-alien manner. That's not the right manner either.
It's an alien house.
It's alien.
Oh. That's the editing process. It's nice to meet you,
Renner said, extending his hand foolishly. But to his surprise, the hologram reached out with a wispy human hand and grabbed Renner's hand. A lot of hand there. The grip was light, but it was there. Renner shook his hand with a kind of reverence and awe. Izzi stayed back and let Renner take charge of the situation. And he did it well. His first question was...
Can you get us back?
Okay, real quick, since we're here.
Yeah, let's fix it. So we can fix this, and then I can move this all up.
So instead of saying grab Renner's hand, just say grab Renner's.
Grab Renner's, yeah. Put back, yeah. You're right.
Yeah. The grip was light, but it was there. Renner shook his hand. You're too far forward. Go back a little bit. Back. Right there. Shook his hand.
Shook the hand.
Shook the hand. You didn't need to...
Or shook the mist.
Shook the mist.
Yeah. Right?
Mist formed.
Misty hand?
Yeah, the misty hand.
I'm making up this word. It's not M-I-S-T. So.
There's a specific reason why you're spelling it M-Y-S-T.
Wait, we're removing the word hand, though.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's in there 3 times, though.
Ah, that's all right.
The misty form.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Let us know. Honestly, this is not. We're not sure here. There could be something you guys think of here that would be great, and we'd appreciate to hear from you.
Okay, so Izzi stayed back and let Renner take charge of the situation, comma, and he did it well. Period.
Oh. That's a new sentence. You're right. His first question was, can you send us back?
Yeah. Zig waited a moment and responded.
Yes.
There was a pause. He was going to say...
But
Izzi had walked away. Otto came walking out of Izzi wearing loose shorts and a t-shirt, holding a half-eaten burrito. It's not tea as in a golf tee, by the way.
There you go.
Do you hear me?
What?
It's not T as in a golf tee. It's the letter T dash shirt.
I know, but I think when you refer to it as a... Oh, you're right. No. And when you refer to it as a T...
Yeah, it's...
What is that? That's not a thing. What am I doing? I'm insane. That's the word. Okay, thank you. I don't know what's going on in my brain. So read that sentence again.
Okay. But Izzi had walked away. Otto came walking out of Izzi wearing loose shorts. The thing is, I'm curious about here is, why did Izzi walk away? Like, why wouldn't she? Why? Because
yes.
Because yes.
And then he was gonna say but Izzi was gone, so she didn't hear the but. She heard the yes. She's like, oh, I'll get Otto then, and we'll just get this taken care of. Let's figure out. But she didn't realize there was a couple more tasks. But I think that she also just wanted them there, and that gave her a reason to do it, and she's a little reckless.
Okay.
You know, she's willing to go just do it and just not ask questions.
So what if...
And Renner's okay with it, you see. In the future, you'll see he doesn't like, why did you bring them? He's fine with it. He expresses everything.
So instead of saying he was going to say but...
That's fine.
So there was a pause. And as Izzi walks away through...
You know, I think we could probably just get rid of it. No. Right? Because she just walked away. She didn't hear anything else. Mm-hmm. Why would it say it? She walked away. We're following Izzi now.
Well, you wouldn't even need the
so
but.
she can get this kids out.
You wouldn't even need the but.
These adults out.
Just say Izzi walked away. You don't need the but.
I know, but it's saying something to me.
Okay.
Like, she could have stayed, but she didn't. There was a pause, and she could have listened.
You could say Izzi decided to walk away.
No, I got here.
Instead of listening to the full thing.
Right. Instead of listening, Izzi just walked away.
Izzi had walked away.
Izzi just walked away.
Otto came walking out of Izzi.
Just walked away.
Wearing loose shorts and a plain white t-shirt, holding an half-eaten burrito.
An off-eaten. That's British, right? The weird Brits that say off instead of half.
All right.
But we say half.
Half.
So we all sound weird. It's communication is a strange thing.
Yes. Otto came walking out of Izzi wearing loose shorts and a plain white t-shirt.
No.
Holding a half-eaten burrito.
We'll play later. Sorry. Hannah, I would love to, but they aren't here.
He trailed off, sounding a little more than exasperated. Otto was in awe of everything he was saying, as if remembering he felt Hannah's worry, and said, his mouth somehow both full and agape at the vast mountains.
Hannah's missing you, Izzi. I'm trying to fill my mouth to see if I can do it.
He said after he swallowed the last of his bite. So he didn't have a mouthful when he said that. He swallowed his...
Yeah.
He swallowed
the last of his bite. He had bitten, and then he was chewing it, and then he spoke, and then swallowed it.
Well,
he spoke with the food in his mouth.
He's and then he swallowed his last.
After saying the thing.
Yeah, stop for a second. He said after he swallowed the last of his bite.
I see. I've got the words wrong.
Yes.
This is where we were focusing. What do I need to say here to get what I was saying?
He said, and then,
yes.
He swallowed the last of his bite.
And fits.
Izzi winched Hannah.
Wait, I can also do this. Right?
Right.
Okay. So read from there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say Hannah's missing you, Izzi. With my mouth full. My mouth was full when I said that, but you go ahead and continue.
He said, mouth full, and then he swallowed the last of his bite. Izzi winched Hannah. Hannah stepped out barefoot with a bright white dress. She likes to change her clothes a lot.
Mm-hmm. And she likes to be in clothing and dresses and stuff. Yeah.
I think
so it's kind of like angelic.
If we're talking, this maybe took an hour.
15 minutes.
No, because we
until Izzi, yeah.
So the moment that Izzi left to this moment when Hannah steps out,
she's the last one to get winched. I think that's funny too.
I know, right?
But she needs to be
seems
safe.
like it's about a 30-minute to an hour venture max.
It was a quick little adventure, and they got 2 more ahead of them. It's fun.
And when we last saw Hannah, she was wearing a yellow dress.
Yeah, it was yellow. And it had, I didn't say pockets. I should say pocket colors, too. Every time I describe her clothing. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Is inside those pockets are the character of the sugar gliders, in a way.
Yes. So she changed her clothings at least within the last 30 minutes.
I think when she gets stressed, she likes to do that.
Or she's preparing herself.
Yeah.
Like she knew if everybody else is getting wenched.
Yeah, so maybe she just quickly changed. If Renner's gone, maybe she should change if she needs to go up there.
Yeah. Hannah stepped out barefooted with a bright white dress with 2 black pockets sewn with skill. Hannah stepped out and turned around, and there Izzi saw it, clear as day. Little apostrophe leapt out of Hannah's left pocket and into Izzi's pocket. The little thing was sending out a feeling of love. Izzi looked at it. You feel that?
Looked at Hannah. Izzi looked at Hannah. You feel that?
Oh, yeah, you put the H in there.
Right. She looked at her sister and went, do you feel that? Like,
yeah.
she sees this creature for the first time.
Izzi looked at Hannah. You feel that? Hannah took my goodness, I gotta slow down. Hannah took Kama out of her pocket to give her a close inspection. When she heard the little creature was sneezing out a feeling, telling her it felt hungry. Aw, he's hungry. Otto offered some veggies from his burrito. Kama chittered gratefully. Kama chittered gratefully.
As.
Okay.
Well.
Clack. As Izzi.
Izzi, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
As Izzi explained the situation to them on a short walk to the forest and back. Is that enough of an explanation of the feeling coming from them to both the sisters that they're like feeling them for the first time? I feel like the sneezing of feeling. I was trying to like make it a little strange so that way it hits differently. Well, it's like when Bogues she horfs. Or she'll like kick around her bowl, so she's making she's trying to get our attention. So sneezing, maybe that's how they. But they weren't sneezing. They were sneezing out of feeling. It was like a short little burst. Yeah. Of hunger. Okay. Like, I'm hungry. Yeah. Like they weren't hearing the words; they were feeling the feelings from the creature. They weren't feeling their own feelings either. They were feeling the feelings from the creature. It was their feelings. And they got it. All right. Can you scroll up? I think Otto did that automatically because the creature wanted it and he knew. Maybe I need to put that in there. You know what I mean? You can say Otto feeling it as well offered some of his veggies down. Oh, yes. Feeling it as well. Absolutely. Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Feeling it as well. Offered some veggies from his burrito. Kama chittered gratefully, chewing on the veggies as Izzi explained the situation to them on a short to the forest and back. So she's explaining here, this is what I'm feeling that's happening. Mm-hmm. She's showing them the distances they can walk in the short amount of time. Mm-hmm. She's kind of she's getting it all out of the way without having to say anything. Yeah, without us having to rehash that. Okay. Yeah. When they got back to the tree, Renner was walking up to them. He lost it. Where am I? Oh, well, his English has gotten considerably better since we last spoke, or as we spoke. Renner said as the group approached. As the group approached. As the three, yeah. Giving a hug to his siblings. How do we get back home? Izzi asked. Renner sucked air through his teeth. You should have stayed. He said that if we want to go home, we need to go through security. The set of them walked back into the box containing the tree. Renner introduced them to Zig. So, Zig, do your best to tell us about security. Do we need the Renner asked gently? We don't really need that. Okay. There. There was a brief pause before answering. It is not enemy, made of living metal. It can take any form but cannot change shade. Troon, it is named. You must make it friends or die. How do we make it friends? Otto asking, mouth partially full of the
How
last...
do we break it from? There's the A without an H. The H's. Go ahead.
Otto asking, Jeezy Pete's. Otto asking, mouth partially full of the last bit of the burrito. Hannah shot him a look that piggybacked little shame.
A little shame.
Okay,
like a little bit of shame. Yeah, sorry.
A little shame for his lack of manners. Zig didn't seem to notice. All it said was,
there is something hidden in the mountain. Only the one with the most goodness can use it.
The word goodness took him a second.
What are we looking for?
Otto asked. Zid was thinking.
A flower with a seat.
Hannah asked the next question.
Where? Oh, that's you. I'm sorry.
You're so used to it.
Yeah.
Hannah asked the next question. Where are you? He took a second. Confusion written all over his holographic face.
I am hidden within the processes of nature within the vines.
He said this like he had been speaking his English his whole life. Now it was their turn to look confused, until realization struck Izzi. You are the ship, she explained for clarification.
Yes, I am pleased that you understand so easily.
Then he let out a little smile that made him look a little gentler, like the edges of him were understanding the shape of a human.
Wait, living metal? I saw some of that, a lot of it, at the entrance to the mountain. I don't want anything to do with that.
Renner paused, thinking, then continued.
Even if the metal is gone? Something's wrong here.
Yeah, there is something wrong.
I don't think that should be there. I think it got mixed up.
Well, I wasn't editing that part.
Well, at least, maybe it's when we're paused, thinking, and then continued. Even if the metal's gone. Yeah, even if the metal's gone, how are we going to get in with all those slimes around? There you go. Yeah, that is right. It just got moved wrong.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I don't know.
I am an idiot. There you
go. So we're at Troon. You can get rid of Renner asked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't need...
Then continued. I have the continued, so that counts.
Yeah.
Well, when you want 40,000 words or however many I was going for, you need to add as many as you can. Troon is a beast of many parts. What you saw was the beast's saliva. He stores it in him to burn and dissolve his prey. And worse, he preys on human instinct.
Zig warned.
Troon's parts are also currently all with him. He enjoys the lake for its symbiotic cleaning relationship, he explained. Oh.
I don't mind if you do the he explained.
I know, I shouldn't though, but because I'm just reading the male voice so that it's a little more...
Especially if you're going to go right back into talking, because Renner's going to start talking again. So if it's just that short, I
might not though, because I don't want to. I like it the other way. But I can continue. Unless you see something in any of that like...
So he stores it inside him to burn and dissolve his prey. And worse, he preys on human instincts. Here's the thing I'm getting about this. Zig's never seen human instincts. He's never seen humans. So what does he mean by he preys on human instincts?
I can change that. Because the word just needs to be...
on animal instincts.
Yeah. That's the fight or flight I was trying to trigger. He was going to pull the gun up and fight it. He had no chance shooting living metal with a weapon that's made of metal. It doesn't make sense. They should be able to handle metal. They're made of it. So...
Troon's parts are also currently all with him. He enjoys the lake for its symbiotic cleaning relationship, he explained.
Okay. I was going to fight it before Izzi saved me. That thing wanted it.
Renner shivered.
It didn't seem like it would do any good.
Okay, yeah. Renner said, pointing to the assault rifle slinging over his back.
I was going to fight it before Izzi saved me. Before Izzi wenched me.
Yeah.
That thing wanted it.
Yeah. Wenched me is better.
Yeah.
Wenched me is definitely better for that moment. Clack, 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 clack.
It didn't seem like it would do any good.
Renner said,
pointing at the assault rifle he's slung over his back. It should be slung. Oh. And then Zig continues, so it's as me. That is for the event in the forest. Hang on to that, you will most likely need it. As for Troon, do not try and kill it. It is security for a reason. Now, while Troon is being entertained by the lake, go fast. I will alert you if any danger should come your way.
His speech was his own, and the shape of him had become clear. He looked like a 6'2", blue-haired, blue-skinned human gentleman wearing a dapper suit in every shade of that bioluminescent blue that seemed to swirl around him like smoke.
Go into the mountains and find the chamber in the room to the left. Then, the one with the most goodness must enter to receive the gift. Nature guide you.
Then he disappeared, leaving the trees their eerie foliage. The four of them stood dumbfounded before Renner spoke up, getting everyone's attention.
Okay, so I'll watch the front. Otto, you're better with this gun than me. And I don't know why I want to keep going, but I shouldn't. It's you.
Well,
I need to train myself.
You're also changing the words as you're reading them.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, Otto, you're better with this than me. He took the gun and offered it to Otto.
I lost where we are. At the top.
Yeah.
Blue hair.
Right there, right where your finger's at.
He took the gun. So
you add words in it.
Maybe that. Maybe you're better with this thing than me. Yeah, there you go.
But you have that me, not then me.
Oh.
He took the gun and offered it to Otto. Otto took it and inspected it closely.
This looks brand new. Where did you find it?
And then he speaks again.
Here in a hut, not too far away. We're in a hurry, though.
Renner answered as he began to walk toward the mountain. After they found the cave, they quickly ran into the mountain. It took what seemed like seconds as the four of them walked into the main hall of the cave. They all saw the true walls, the true walls, what?
The true walls, because Renner, when he went in there, it was covered in metal.
I
so
see.
These are the true walls. He didn't see them because Troon had covered them. That's kind of where he likes to sleep.
So how about they all saw the true walls made of giant marble instead of saying giant marble walls? Up right there. Made of giant marble and columns with alien writing all over them.
Right here. Okay, this saw the true walls, giant marble walls.
Made of giant marble.
The true walls, comma, made.
And then get rid of that walls. Yeah.
Slabs, giant slabs of marble.
Made.
And columns of the same marble with alien writing. Okay.
Columns.
Columns of. Yeah.
The same marble with alien writing all over them, except in one spot that had the keen observer Izzi saw and read aloud the phrase, "Trust, love, have hope, be goodness," written in plain English, capital G staring out strangely.
Is that Arial font?
Otto said, inspecting it closely. Renner and Hannah didn't stop as long to stare at it. "It is good to hear that these are friends," Hannah said.
Zig certainly has been friendly,
Renner remarked as he turned around to make sure Izzi and Otto hadn't stopped. They were catching up when Hannah let out a little scream. It seemed that Apostrophe had slipped out of her pocket, jumped over to Izzi, then the two of them teamed up to startle poor Hannah. So, okay, real quick, but then they all had a good laugh. Mm-hmm. The two of them...
There's something wrong there, for sure. There's like a way of making it happen that I'm not saying.
What did they do to startle Hannah? And who was the two of them? I'm assuming comma and Apostrophe. But comma is already in her pocket, so Apostrophe had slipped into her pocket. Apostrophe should be over with Izzi.
Yeah, it's like earlier as they were walking, they jumped between each other because they like to hang around the sisters and be near the other mate, and they like to jump, and they like to, especially Apostrophe, who likes to jump and have fun. So she left Hannah, and Hannah got distracted with Renner as they're walking around, kind of looking at stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I think the idea I'm having is apostrophe and comma jump on her shoulders, and she goes, "Whoa!" like something's grabbed her. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Ah!" a little shout. They're just being cute.
It seemed that.
Like, you could see Izzi had them in her hands, and she's, like, going up right behind her. Mm. Yeah, and then they jump out of her hands onto her, and
So it didn't...
Yeah. So that's what I need to do. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what you kind of need to fix a little bit there. It seemed that apostrophe slipped out of her pocket. It should be comma slipped out of her pocket. Comma is hers.
Apostrophe is Hannah's.
Apostrophe is Hannah's? Yes. Not Hannah. Hannah.
That was really good. The reason why is because apostrophe, I've used that name before I came up with these two, mm-hmm. and it was a gnome wizard in D&D. Mm-hmm. And Hannah comes from the same area in my childhood kind of idea. Like some of that same place, and I kind of have them together so I don't forget very easily.
So,
and comma and Izzi are very confusing, different.
Earlier, Hannah pulled comma out of her pocket, not apostrophe, to feed.
So? They jump around.
Okay. That's
she had both of them because Izzi didn't have them.
Scroll back up real quick.
And it could just be as simple as changing one of the words. You're right.
It could be. Keep going. Keep going. Apostrophe leaped out of Hannah's left pocket into Izzi's pocket. Do you see what I mean?
You're right. It is wrong. I didn't see that.
That should be comma.
Yeah. She's going to... is out of Hannah, not to Hannah. And that was what I was doing in my head.
Yeah. And then Hannah took apostrophe out of her pocket.
Apostrophe.
And the easy way for me to remember this now is Hannah has A's, so she has apostrophe. And Izzi is...
I don't know how to spell this word. Apostrophe. There's an R missing. That's what it was.
Apostrophe.
Apostrophe. Apostrophe.
Right. Scroll back down.
Yeah.
There we go. Seeing that apostrophe had slipped out of her pocket while Hannah was distracted by the columns. Apostrophe is the male. He had jumped over to Izzi, and then the two of them teamed up to startle poor Hannah.
Yes, and now you know why he's the male, because apostrophe was a male gnome. Mm-hmm. Yes.
The two of them or the three of them, because it was Izzi.
Oh, you're right.
The three of them teamed up to startle poor Hannah. By jumping onto either of her shoulders. Simultaneously. That's not how you spell that.
It's a big word.
It is.
Can I say curse words? Do you care? That's a big ass word. I don't care about monetization myself.
No, I wasn't saying that. I just knew it was spelled incorrectly because it looked funny. Not that I'm dogging on your spelling.
No,
I could tell it was
I also put ought to know instead of on to.
Yes.
I have dyslexia.
But while they all had a good laugh.
Okay, so
go back to simultaneously. You're going to break that up a little bit?
Just that.
Oh, yes. Okay, go back to simultaneously.
1 second.
You're going too far down now, dear.
I'm just breaking it because you got it all in one lump.
Okay. By jumping onto either of her shoulders simultaneously.
Figure out where I was.
Up, down, down.
Her posture slipped out of her pocket. Startled poor Hannah by jumping on either of her shoulders simultaneously.
But while they all had a good laugh.
They all had a good laugh, even though, unbeknownst to them, I should probably put that in there.
Uh-huh. Wow, you spelled that big word pretty well.
It's Look at it. It's pretty easy to spell. Unbeknownst. It's a terrible word. Unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst to them, they had gotten Troon's attention. The four walked quickly down the hallway to the left, avoiding the lava room. At the end was a door about twice the size of a regular door. As they approached, they heard a click. So as they approached, get rid of the door.
Oh,
As they approached, they heard a click.
Yeah, okay. I was reading ahead while you were
reading
that.
The door swung open to a kind of lab. All kinds of plants grew out of the ground in perfect rows and columns. In the back of the room was a giant pink flower.
Oh, come on.
The petals were almost translucent. In the center of the room was a tree like the one in the box, and under it was Zig with a bright smile. Yes.
The one with the most goodness must walk into the flower.
They all looked at Hannah. She looked at Zig. Is this going to hurt? Her voice faltering a little. Zig nodded solemnly. Okay, I'll do it. Zig gave a startled look, but it softened quickly.
Truly, you abound in goodness, child of earth,
he said, as she took her steps over to the 7 or 8 petals laying around a pistil, its stigma a comfortable... Stigma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That puffy thing in the center of the flower is the stigma.
A comfortable enough looking seat. Hannah... There's an H missing.
Oh, there is. Consarn it, those H's are sneaky. Sneaky H's.
Took that seat.
Beware the sneaky H's.
Okay, tell me how you say this next word.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
Are we gonna have to make it a segment of like more like, do you know the word when you ask? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you know the word?
Ubiquitous.
Do you know the word? Let us know in the comments below.
I couldn't suss out ubiquitous. The ubiquitous vines came and wrapped.
What vines
around
are they
her.
talking about? What vines are they? What do they look like to you? Do they look like the vines in the ship? Like all over the ship? Like,
no.
That's what they are. That's what ubiquitous means. The vines kind of everywhere around, everywhere. The vines. Those vines wrap around.
That's what ubiquitous
kind of like, yeah, generally kind of everywhere in that general area. Yeah, it's something you'll easily find.
Okay.
You could say water is ubiquitous. Oxygen is ubiquitous. Although that's kind of a stretch. It's a little more than that. Maybe I should Google it. That's the point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's get that word in
Let's there. Google the word.
Let's see if I can spell it without looking. Ubiquitous.
Nope.
No, I did not. It's T-I-O-U-S.
T-I-O-U-S.
All right. Oh, yeah. I'm listening to this AI. This AI is going to tell us exactly what it means. It's an adjective that means existing or being everywhere at the same time. Those kind of vines are everywhere in this ship. They make up the hull of the ship. They formed the vines in the box shape. I mean, maybe I need to put them in there more, because you probably would have seen them in the lava. Like in that room, you would see them everywhere. They're the vines.
Okay.
It's if this were a tentacle monster, it would be the tentacles. It's creepy, but it's not supposed to be.
Okay.
At this moment, it kind of is, though. So, but we were talking about
the ubiquitous vines.
So we stopped at ubiquitous. Word of the day. Where is it?
Where's what? Are you
okay? Where we were at.
Right there.
And it took a seat. Yeah. The ubiquitous vines came and wrapped
around her. You ready for me to keep going?
Yes.
She didn't struggle at all, trusting Zig. Her face was determined and stalwart. She closed her eyes. That was until the vines grew very large, sharp thorns. Then the petals began to raise, encasing her in a tight cocoon. Her face shone clearly through the soft pink translucence. It was agony, and they all knew it. Even though they all knew... Yeah, he's... Clack, clack. Even they could feel it.
Tell me the hooded clacks.
Hooded clacks.
She was in agony, they all knew it, they could feel it. And even though they knew it, Hannah persisted.
She suffered greatly. Only soft tears fell beyond the determined, stalwart character that she held so close. Then the experience began. Her pain was immense, but her trust in the others conquered the suffering she was feeling. Then out of nowhere, Hannah...
Without an H.
Then out of nowhere, Hannah began screaming. Renner shouted for Zig to stop, but Hannah had other plans. Inside her cries of anguish,
We're surrounding
the words. Don't stop. I'm beginning to understand. Plans. After the words plans, needs to be a period.
Beginning to understand?
No.
That's plans. This plans could be anywhere now that I think about it.
To the left.
Feel it.
Left. Right there.
Ah. There's a lot of words on this screen. Plans could be any one of those words. You gotta look at them all.
I do. I see.
It could be multiple, honestly. Let's go ahead and roll out.
Do you see how...
Put it up here.
Do you notice how I don't lose my track?
We're on chapter 4. I don't want to show that. We're not doing chapter 4. Okay, that's it?
This is it. Okay. We can...
15 minutes and we've got it under an hour this time.
Wow. Unless we keep talking like this. Inside her cries of anguish were surrounding the words. Don't stop. I'm beginning to understand.
Let's try this.
Inside her cries of anguish.
Oh, that is over there. We're surrounded by the words.
Inside her cries of anguish.
So like she was louder than the anguish.
I see.
Which they're feeling. Her anguish.
Yes.
As well as the fear of their own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside, her cries of anguish were surrounded by the words, "Don't stop, I'm beginning to understand." After what felt like an unbearable amount of time, Hannah pushed down the pedals. Around her, living metal oozing out of the holes the thorns had made in her arms. The metal did not act like a normal liquid. It moved with her in an organic way, until Hannah, with an H, collapsed. Then the metal pooled around her like a bloody crime scene. Okay, so real quick. Yeah.
This needs to happen. Because that's the point, not the other way. That's the opposite.
It moved with her in an organic way until Hannah collapsed. When the metal pooled, so collapsed, period. Right above crying. There you go. The metal pooled around her like a bloody crime scene. Renner was there to hold her, check her pulse and temperature. He was crying. Izzi looked at Zig. "Tell me she's going to be okay," she pleaded, as tears of her twin's distress flowed freely from... so, yes, it's there.
From her eyes? Do you want me to put that in there?
From her own eyes. From her own eyes.
From all of them?
Yeah.
I don't know that it matters. I think freely is fine. She's not inhibiting the crying as she's saying this.
Right.
Tell me she's gonna be okay. Tell me she's gonna be okay. This is Izzi.
Yes.
Be mad a little bit.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Tell me she's gonna be okay. I'm gonna kill you if she's not okay. So go ahead and start with Izzi looked.
Real quick before I say this is the reason why I wanted to say from her own eyes.
Oh, okay.
Is just to re-impress upon the reader that Izzi's doing the tears of her sister.
The only one that hasn't been said is crying is Otto.
Okay.
And I think that...
But he's crying, because it's a distressing situation. His sister's there. But
yes, her twin's distress.
Yeah,
her twin's distress is where the tears are coming from, which means the other two are having these tears from the same place. They're all flowing freely.
Okay.
I understand what you're trying to do. I think this includes Otto and Renner. The twins' distress.
Okay.
Of her twins' distress. Because they're there too. They know they feel her twins' distress as well.
Alright, so I'm going to restart. Izzi looked at Zig. "Tell me she's going to be okay," she pleaded, as tears of her twins' distress flowed freely.
"With this gift, she will likely outlive you all, for she is no longer mortal. Her power has only just begun, and she has transcended what you call human. But I could say the same to all of you. Your powers to transcend dimensional barriers."
Izzi looked at
Zig. The other way around.
Zig looked at Izzi.
In fact, your simple cube has other properties.
Clack, clack, clack.
Let me make sure that gets in there. In fact, your simple cube has other properties. Press the sides together, which that needs to have an S, and any need for transportation shall cease. Press the bottom and you can contact me.
Izzy took out the box in question and gently felt all over it.
Through this, we can always stay connected.
Zig's face became grave. He looked at Hannah as the door slammed shut and quickly locked down. Tag, you're it?
I know, I forgot where I lost it. Sorry. If Troon makes it here, it will likely kill you all. Including Hannah, who is your only salvation.
As if to punctuate Zig's statement, there came a massive thud on the door. Little bits of liquid slowly seeped through all the cracks on the door. The metal pooled at the base.
I lost myself now.
I know you did.
Base
Yep.
of the door.
Yeah, just get rid of the door.
Yeah.
He likes his doors.
Yes, I gotta say the word over and over to make sure that it's in there, you know.
The clear, slimy creatures fell from the top of the door until Troon was in the room with them.
You don't even write the book a sentence at a time. You write it parts of a sentence at a time, and then you change those sentences. So they're bound to repeat itself.
That's fine.
All right, say that again. I just wanted to, speak my mind.
Okay. Little bits of liquid slowly seeped through all the cracks on the door. The metal pooled around at the base. The clear, slimy creatures fell from the top of the door until Troon was in the room with them. The metal grew into a horror unlike anything adults fear. Renner, Izzi, and Otto watched in abject horror as the beast formed in front of them. Despite the horror of it all, or perhaps, and more likely, for the love of their sister, the three stood tall, ready to fight. Zig shouted for them to try to escape, but they weren't going to leave their sister behind. So when the beast reached for them, and the metal wrapped around them, holding him still, Renner looked at Otto, his face showing plainly the love he had for Otto. Otto returned this sentiment. Izzi, on the other hand, was looking at Hannah, in the eyes, because Hannah was standing. The metal oozing out of her shot quickly towards her siblings like a bullet. It did not behave like a bullet. It went to their foreheads. A small piece of the liquid metal in the shape of an anchor. Troon stopped flat, then took off, leaving its prey for friends. All right. Anything in there that you want to play around with?
Izzy, on the other hand, was looking at Hannah in the eyes. Hannah was standing. The metal oozing out of her quickly shot towards her siblings like a bullet. It did not behave like a bullet. It went for their foreheads. A small piece of liquid metal in the shape of an anchor. Troon stopped flat, then took off, leaving prey for friends. That was good.
I think this one didn't need a lot.
No.
I'm sure I can find some more and another, like a rereading of a lot of this.
And what if we were to try and condense it down real quick? Where's that notebook I was using? Shoot.
This one right here?
Yeah, the yellow one, the legal pad? Yeah.
Yeah.
Write another one here.
Write another one.
Back.
You want me to do this right now?
Yes, I figure we do it right here so that next week we read it aloud.
Okay.
What we decide happened here. It's a pretty awesome scene, I think. I really enjoy the bio-organical nature of this whole thing. I think that's my favorite part myself. This ship is made of life. It runs on life, not technology.
Okay.
Like we do, but in a way bigger form.
It's like a biomechanical.
Like a Species 847 too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which is a species on Star Trek.
That
has no name because they come from an area of space that is entirely... a dimension of space that is entirely filled with liquid. It's a strange concept.
Very, very strange.
They never got a name. It was the designation from the Borg. We are Borg. Resistance.
I'm not sure what I'm writing. Why am I writing?
Let's look at the top. What happened at the start? Izzy found Zig. They found Zig. Found Izzy ignored him. I mean, Otto could have been Iggy. I like Otto a lot.
Found Zig.
Izzy ignored him and pulled in the siblings.
Izzy.
Right?
pulled the siblings.
Yeah.
Other... It takes forever for me to write.
Security is active. Be afraid.
And found out they needed to work to find a way home.
They got so much more to do, sadly. This is just get the power going. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Well, and the funny thing is like Renner earlier says, like, you guys should have stayed home. We have to do extra work. But then they needed Hannah.
Yeah.
To get home.
Hannah died.
Hannah did not die.
If you can't die, then you are undead.
We don't know these things.
I don't know if it's true. I'm kind of extrapolating from what happened here. How do you become immortal? Can you do that by dying? That's what people think, I'm saying.
Goodness. I want to bring goodness into our recap.
Goodness entered the flower.
Goodness entered the flower.
To get their flower power.
Can this pen...
You could turn this into a rock opera. A teenage rock opera.
Troon almost catches his prey, and the anchor
Protects them.
protects.
Or the anchor turns foes into friends. The anchor turns foes into friends. Yeah.
Anchor.
So you'll read these two at the beginning of the next week.
Turns foe to friend.
And the kind of cool part here is we got about 3 more minutes and it's in an hour. And I don't know that it's a big deal if we cut it at about 57. It's an hour.
It's probably not a big deal. I feel like ubiquitous isn't quite the right word there.
Maybe because it is ubiquitous, but I haven't represented it as ubiquitous.
Because at the same time, it's like when...
So there's a sentence here for the example is the most ubiquitous evidence was the piles of fly-tipped rubbish wherever he stopped to look for birds or flowers. So the ubiquity here is referring to a kind of messiness, a disgusting nature of a city, maybe, where there's just trash with flies on it instead of birds and flowers.
Okay.
So that's the ubiquity. There's like in New York City, there is a ubiquitous trash is ubiquitous. It's everywhere.
See, I always saw it like two places at once, kind of being everywhere at the same time is what they were saying. But that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but the vines are everywhere at the same time. They're all there at the same time. It's everywhere.
Yes. But when I read or being everywhere at the same time means that it's one entity being in two places at once, as if Izzi is both at the mountain and the lake at the same time. That would be ubiquitous in my brain. But
what? Say that one more time. That was a mouthful. Do it again.
It was a mouthful. Repeat it.
Gotta put it above the edit line.
Ta-da! Enter. Oh. It feels like it's ubiquitous. Being everywhere at the same time is like Izzi being at the mountain and the lake at the exact same time.
That's more omnipresent.
Is that more omnipresent?
Yeah, the vines aren't present. They just are there. They're kind of like the trash, just laying around. They're just there.
Yeah, that sentence kind of took that out for me.
I think that's why I use the word ubiquitous is because I need to make sure that it is, because the vines are his way to control everything. He constrict a vine and he can push a button or something. I don't know. He's made of the nature of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that sounds better then.
And that's why the ubiquity is there, but maybe that's saying I need to make it ubiquitous above there so that the ubiquity doesn't sound so off.
Okay.
Like the lava at the top Where's the lava? Oh. Here.
That's not the lava.
Oh, that's the saying. He's saying it. Where are we?
Right there. Nope. Up. Up.
Hold on. This is a fine place, too.
Clack, clack, clack. Okay.
You just gotta put it in other places and in different ways. Like, I was thinking that tube of lava could be wrapped in the vines. I'm trying to find it, you know.
You want to go down more.
Down? This is chapter 3. I was gonna go back up to chapter 2.
Oh.
You know, where he first sees it. Here.
Okay.
The
The base of the lava was surrounded. You want to go up. Massive cone wrapped around the lava.
Where is it?
Massive cone of vines.
No,
your cursor's almost on it. Right? Yeah, your cursor's on it.
Up.
Down.
Metal, pathways,
Massive
cone. There you go.
Massive cone of vines wrapped around the lava.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or of marble covered in vines.
Yeah. Clack, clack, clack.
Well, I'm not editing it, and we're over an hour. And it's in vines is 2 words. There you go. In a comma. All right.
Yeah. I think we look.
That made it a little more ubiquitous, I think. Seeing the vines in there twice.
Yes.
Like doors are ubiquitous.
Doors are very ubiquitous in your writing.
And the edit line has moved. All right. There's another chapter down. Thank you, everyone. Like, subscribe, and definitely let us know in the comments what you think and what you have to say about these things. I'm curious.
Yeah,
Thank you for everything.
And if you feel like we're making editing errors, that'd be helpful to know. But
Editing errors? You mean by not editing?
no, like if there's something that we should be more aware of.
Like maybe the music, something wrong, and you don't like it. Absolutely.
No. Editing in the writing. Like if there's something.
In the writing.
In the writing, yeah.
I kept thinking about video editing or audio editing. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
I'm not gonna hit the record button this time.